Jamie, can you please give me an overview of what happened?
Um, Belgian soldiers were placed in the Congo to regulate the laborers and their work ethic. Each laborer had a quota to meet each day, and if it wasn't reached, the laborer would have their dominant hand or foot cut off. If the laborer refused to work or was unable to work, the laborer would be shot by the soldier. For every one shot, the head of the deceased would be sent back to Belgium for King Leopold II to see. The sole reasoning for such strict regulation is because of the desire for rubber, which the Congo had an abundance of. The laborers would have to climb dangerously high with no spotting equipment to retrieve the rubber. Eventually, the sources were beginning to come tapped out. The laborers couldn't get their quota, thus the killing of more and more Congolese.
Thank you. Lucy Miller, what do you know about Leopold II?
Well, Leopold II was a king of Belgium in the mid to late 1800s, and he was the ruler of a very small country, and that made him frustrated. So during the imperial race, he started going to the Africa and trying to get sorry, trying to get land, just like the other big powers, and he started. Here, just read off my paper. In 1876, he created the Humanitarian and Scientific African International Association, which was just a front for him to begin expeditions in Africa. And he started making treaties. He started making treaties with local dignitaries, and then he was setting up occupation posts while his people thought that he was just helping with humanitarian efforts. But he later, through political and economic maneuvering, convinced other big powers to recognize the territory as his. It was called the International Congo Association. And in 1885, the Belgian Parliament authorized him to rule over the Congo Free State, so he was really just one man who owned this whole country. It was like his playground. He raped the country of its natural resources, the biggest one being rubber, and caused the death of an estimated 10 million Congolese citizens until 1908, when, following international protest over his scandalous business practices, the Belgian Parliament took over the country, and it became the Belgian Congo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.